back to another edition of AEW Out of 10 right here on the Wrestle Debate. We got another great edition of Dynamite this week with 2 title matches and neither disappointed. We also had a 10-person tag team match with the Inner Circle going against Best Friends, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy and Orange Cassidy. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. And the show started with that 10-person tag team match. Cassidy and Hager started the match off, and Cassidy dropped Hager's clothesline and hit back with a patented slow shin kicks as Cassidy does. Then eventually, when Hager got annoyed, both teams came into the ring and things completely broken down. The Inner Circle was sent to the outside. When we got back from the break, the Inner Circle were trying to isolate Trent. They traded tags before Luchasaurus came in and cleaned house, beating up Sammy Guevara and Ortiz and Santana and all of that lot. The finish saw Sammy Guevara and Luchasaurus in the ring. Matt Hardy's music hit and the distracted Sammy Guevara was pushed off the top rope, and Luchasaurus hit the roundhouse kick for the win. I'm going to give this a 6.75 out of 10. Great match, pandemonium, and who doesn't love that? And I'm glad that the Hardy-Guevara storyline is continuing. And then we got Cody v Warhorse for the TNT title. Warhorse started the match pretty strong, taking Cody down early. Cody regained control during the break, hitting Wardlow with a suplex. He then locked in a single-leg Boston Crab, but managed to reach the bottom rope. Warhorse encountered a figure 4 attempt, but Cody managed to reverse the pressure. Back and forth match, when Cody finally managed to properly lock in the figure 4 leg lock and force Wardlow to tap out. Not gonna lie, I kind of expected more from this match. It was still good, don't get me wrong, but I thought this was going to be an excellent match, and I don't think it quite reached those standards. So I'm only going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. But that wasn't the whole story, as members of the Dark Order attacked Cody after the match. This led to Matt Cardona, or Zack Ryder, making his AEW debut to save his friend Cody. The Inner Circle then confirmed that Jericho and Orange Cassidy would face off in 2 weeks' time. Then we got Omega and Paige versus the Dark Order for the AEW Tag Team titles. Paige took out Stu Grayson at ringside, but was sent face first into the ring post towards the beginning of the match. It looked like Evil Uno was going to win the titles. No, it didn't, but Omega broke up the pin. And then Omega tagged back in and took control of the match before the finish came, when Grayson and Uno then hit Omega with a double team powerbomb, but Paige broke it up on time. Uno and Grayson continued to impress and were close with near falls. However, Omega and Paige countered and hit a V-trigger in the last combo for the win. I'm only going to give this a 6.25 out of 10. These never really felt like credible challenges for me, and it just felt like with all of the Dark Order stuff earlier on with Cody, we could have done without this. Then we got SheILA versus Diamante. SheILA went for the handshake before the match, but Diamante didn't have any of it. SheILA replied by taking her down and followed with a ground and pound. They went outside of the ring, barricades, spots and all that sort of things. Back in the ring, SheILA was still in control before Diamante got some momentum, hitting the champ with a modified stunner. However, SheILA was soon back at it and won pretty quickly, bouncing off the ropes and catching Diamante in the side of the head for the victory. I'm going to give this a 6.25 once again. Just didn't really build to anything, and it didn't carry Diamante's momentum over from last week, so kind of pointless. Next up, MJF came to the ring. MJF asked fans to use MJF 2020 and Not My Champion on social media. MJF added that everyone was craving for change when AEW started, but having Jon Moxley as champion wasn't any real change. So MJF challenged Moxley to a match at the All Out pay-per-view, and boy, I'm ready for that. This segment gets a 6.75 out from me. Another quality segment by MJF, and I can't wait for that match. Then it was main event time. Moxley was first in the ring, however there was no sign of Darby Allin. Cage and Starks came out to make their entrance, however, and Allin caught them out of nowhere with a huge dive. Cage then hit Darby Allin in a precarious position at ringside, but Mox caught him with a suicide dive. Back in the ring, Cage showed off his power by slamming both Allin and Moxley to the mat at the same time. It was a heavily physical encounter, using loads of weapons, trash cans, But the finish, I really didn't expect this. Darby Allin brought out a skateboard that has thumbtacks on it, and Allin then landed skateboards first onto Ricky Starks' back and pinged him for the win, leaving Starks bleeding in the middle of the ring. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I really wasn't expecting thumbtacks to be used during this match, but it was a nice surprise, I suppose. And yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. This week, AEW Dynamite gets a 6.75 out of 10 for me. A pretty solid show, although I would say it's probably been slightly worse than the shows we've had in recent weeks. But there were still some great matches on there, like the main event and the 10-person tag team match. And the MJS thing was great. But there were a couple of things that let it down. I'm thinking tag team match and the women's match. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about AEW in the comments below. And remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below, for daily wrestling news. Remember to subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.